good, everybody? I'm Jack Tyson. Welcome to week number 7 of the PrepZone football preview.
How many is that?
7.
7.
Wow. 7. We're halfway through the season already.
Playoffs are coming, like. That's
4 weeks away in Alabama. David Mitchell from the Ledger Inquirer. Dane Young back off of his trip to Nash Vegas.
I wish I was still there. I like you guys.
I thought you said you were never coming back.
Exactly.
I got really excited when you said you were never coming back.
I did too.
You should have seen the confetti he had after the show.
Yeah,
We're showered
had
in
a
disappointment now.
Yeah. But that's normal for us.
Sorry, folks. Dane's back.
You know who's not showered in disappointment? Beauregard. Transition.
Nice transition. We start off with the Beauregard Hornets. We haven't really talked about them a lot on this show, and I don't know why, because they're probably one of the more dominant teams in our area. They face off with Central Clay, and this is probably the de facto Region 3-5A championship.
And they're definitely one of the more consistent teams in our area. No one has really come close to even playing with Beauregard at this point. A lot of times we go to these games, we can't stay the whole time because of production stuff, and so we end up getting first, second quarter highlights. That's all you need with Beauregard because they're usually up 20, 30 points, getting close to the end in the second, into the second quarter. It all starts with them at Quay Wright at quarterback. That guy, he can run it, he can throw it. No one's been able to really disrupt what he's been able to do offensively. Central Clay, I know this is a big region game, so Beauregard's going to, they're going to have to do what they've been doing, essentially. And early in the season, Rob Carter, the head coach, told me, he when I put the camera down, he goes, "We're loaded this year." And when a coach tells you that to your face, they're loaded this year, because usually they don't have that kind of confidence, especially with
He probably didn't expect you to share that with anybody after you put the camera down.
I think everyone knows at this point.
At
this point, they know.
I think it's common knowledge.
Secrets out, folks.
Yeah, and they didn't need me to tell you that Beauregard is loaded this year.
They've looked. It's just been fast paced. No, and it seems like nobody can stop them. It seems like men playing among boys out there.
And they have a lot of depth. That's a large roster for 5A in Alabama. Really what happened, I think, is a lot of the kids that were going to Opelika and Auburn, their rosters got to be so big because Lee County is just growing in population that Beauregard gets some of the people that kind of comes off of that.
That's a good point.
And it's really helping them out in terms of their depth going forward. They're a really good team, potential state champion. Until somebody plays with them, I think they're going to win every game. And if I see differently, then whatever. But at this point, Beauregard is a really phenomenal team, and maybe the most dominant against their competition in our area.
Can you think of a time, this area, this side of Alabama, when there have been this many state title contenders all within 50 square miles?
You're talking 3 potential ones and 5, 6, and 7A, all within about 20 miles of each other.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And that's I'm talking about Opelika and Central, but man, you never know. There's so much talent in that little pocket in Alabama. I can't remember a time. I've covered football here for 3 years. It hasn't been that way since I've been here.
I can't remember, and I lived here my entire life. I can't remember East Alabama football being as good as what it is right now.
And they're all growing at the same pace. One thing that's interesting, we talked about this with Central and Opelika the other week, was these two teams are progressively getting better at the same rate, which is what's scary because that's not going to slow down.
Right.
I don't think.
And I think it also has to do with getting the coaches in it. Getting Brian Blackman, Jamie DeBose, Rob Carter, 3 phenomenal coaches, and they've implemented their systems, and it's working for those schools. And those schools are now becoming perennial powerhouses.
And it says something about the communities as well. These are communities that are football hungry. They love their football, and they get players who want to be a part of the team, the tradition, all that.
Yes, because let's think about this. It was not that long ago when we were talking about Central not in the playoffs at all. It wasn't that long ago when we were talking about Beauregard.
2 years ago, Central missed the playoffs.
And it wasn't that long ago when we were talking about Beauregard sub 500.
Yeah.
It was not long ago. It's not that long ago.
It flips fast too because Auburn was in the state championship 2 seasons ago. Auburn is fighting for a playoff spot this year because the Montgomery schools over there, we were talking about this earlier, Jack, with Jeff Davis and Lee, and they're both good enough to beat Auburn. Jeff Davis already did. They're good enough to beat Smith Station. Enterprise, that is a just tough region when you get up into 7A. Central's on top of it, but not because it's been an easy route.
How many people had Robert E. Lee High School with a 5-2 record at this point in the season?
With votes in the in the press poll.
You can't make this stuff up, folks.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
So we'll switch off of Alabama now because we got a couple of huge games in the state of Georgia this week, and we'll go down to Marion County, Buena Vista.
Lorenzo Smothers! Nice.
Swag alert. Anyway.
We know we're going to have viewers from Marion County this week. Every time we talk Marion County, everybody loves Dayne.
That's true. They put my big head in a stick at a pep rally.
And there's a sign on the sports office door here that says the Great Dane from Marion County.
They had one that we heart Dayne. We love Dayne. Like, yeah, love y'all back, Marion County, for real.
I'd like to stress the point that none of those signs say we heart David, we heart, you know.
Now that you
Jack,
said it, they'll go all
David.
out. They might fly a plane.
I
over
will
the
be
stadium.
there. I'm just saying.
Well,
I will be in Buena Vista.
Hey,
on Friday.
Mitchell, you're gonna be in Buena Vista. Guess where I'm gonna be?
Are you gonna be in Buena Vista?
I'm gonna be in Buena Vista.
You know what? Just put our names. We love David and Jack. Don't blow up my head. My head is big enough as it is.
I think they still have mine. They can just wave it around for you know if they want to.
They can too.
Close enough.
No.
But let's talk football.
Talk the game.
I wouldn't be surprised if Lorenzo Smothers did a skydive into the stadium with the football.
At this point,
But he'd land in the end zone. I know that.
Brookstone and Marion County, folks. Brookstone and Marion County, this is, once again, a de facto region championship game. Brookstone has shocked a lot of people. They're undefeated in the region coming into this game, and we haven't really seen a lot of them.
They're a different team, region and non-region, for sure.
Well, and you know, even those first couple of games, I mean, they played Columbus, who has turned out to be a really good football team.
And that was close. That was a close game.
Yeah, and
We'll get to the doubles later.
They played, yeah, right.
That's a tease.
They played Mount Pisgah and took them to overtime. They beat them last year.
Yeah.
You know, the point about them, the difference, I think, between last year and this year, you know, I love my stats, guys. I got some stats for you.
Oh boy.
You know, some real crunchy stats.
Lay it down.
I'm going to fan you off so you can get the stats right.
So last year.
Hot stats. That's what we're calling this segment.
Yeah,
hot stats.
by David.
Oh, no.
Last year, 3 times. Yeah, you're gonna have to put that on the screen.
With flames.
We need a logo.
Hot stats.
Once again, I am not a miracle worker.
So last year, Brookstone defense gave up 40 points. 40 points or more 3 different times. Gave up 30 points or more 7 different times.
That's a lot of points.
Through 5 games, have not given up 30 points yet.
That's a
They
hot
gave
stat.
up 20. The most they gave up was 27, and that was in overtime. They gave up the last 3 weeks. They're averaging 8 points allowed per game, 12, 12, and 0. I mean, the defense is leaps and bounds ahead of where it was last year, and you know, maybe it shouldn't have been such a surprise that they were going to have some success this year, because the players are strong. They've got some depth on that side of the ball. They just finally started making some tackles. I mean, I know it sounds, you know,
Football's pretty simple at
it's
its
really
core.
simple when you get down to it, blocking and tackling,
Yeah.
right? And they started making tackles. That's what Coach Scott.
That's my hot stat, is blocking and tackling.
That's you won't get that analysis anywhere else, but right here.
That's unique football knowledge.
Scott Petzel said before the year, you know, we were in the right spot, and he was a coordinator on the team last year before he became head coach. He said we were in the right spots. We just weren't making the tackles. This year they're making the tackles, and that helps the offense. That shortens the game, and they're doing a great job.
But, and this is a major but, you can make tackles against a lot of people, but can you tackle Lorenzo Smothers?
That's the question. He gets out of a lot of them.
I think what's even more scary about Marion County, not that we needed a reason for them to be more scary, they were amazing. Their game against Pacelli, Smothers didn't even have to Smothers. And what I mean by that is a lot of other guys got in there.
We know what you mean by
I can't remember the last time we did not have a Lorenzo Smothers highlight on the prep zone.
And like, he had great plays in the game, don't get me wrong. But other people were stepping up and smothering like Smothers.
That's frightening.
That's a new verb.
Smothersing.
Yeah, Smothers gonna smother.
Oh man, his brother's a 9th grader. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is
Oh,
crazy.
my
But you're
gosh.
right.
3
though.
more years of Smothers.
The point is made. I mean, you got a quarterback, very athletic quarterback, Quintez Battle, who was really started. I thought in that game against Pacelli, you started to see a couple of pretty good passes in there as well. His athleticism is unquestioned. He's been able to do that all year, but.
With the leadership that was lost in Dustin Eckert, that was really the biggest question Mike Swaney had about his team entirely. He says, we're a good team, but when you use a quarterback that was as efficient as he was and won as much as he did, how do you replace that?
Yeah.
They've done a good job.
And it's across the board. The offensive line, Mikkel Kelly is, you know, we talk a lot about Lorenzo Smothers, but How about some love for Mikel Kelly too? I mean, that guy.
That was the guy that took over.
Yeah,
that was the highlights.
I didn't watch you guys on Friday. I was.
Whoa!
I was too busy working. I was working.
Whoa!
I have to do my job, guys.
Did you read the ledger? Did you?
Yes, I read the ledger today.
Saturday, though.
But I'm saying, we do have a website that you can click on our videos.
Yeah,
really
like
right after they air.
the PrepZone re-airs on our live stream for like.
But even
hours.
if you want it on demand, all you have to do is click on the web story that has been the top story on the homepage.
I set you guys up here with a good way
with a plug. Okay, now you're just saving yourself.
Yes, that's exactly what you're doing.
You're in between two RBL guys here.
I know.
Okay, Mr. Ledger.
I'm shrinking.
Yeah.
I'm shrinking between you guys right now.
I mean, I check out the ledger. I respect the ledger.
I pulled up one of his articles earlier today.
Yeah. You disgust me.
How you gonna do us like that, man?
Sorry, man. Sorry.
And you wonder, Marion County, why we get the love. Because we're not throwing shade like this guy over here.
Exactly.
There's your shade. Hot stats.
I think it is time to
Hot stats, cold love, man.
It is time to smoothly segue into our Friday night tailgate game of the week between the Columbus Blue Devils and the Shaw Raiders down at Connect Stadium.
I think it'll be more than 6-3 on the scoreboard.
Whoa.
That was a weird game.
Speaking of shade.
Yeah, I'll throw some shade. Look, I'm throwing shade at both Hardaway and Shaw. If it's 6-3 your final score at a football game, something went wrong. That being said, the best football game I ever saw in high school here was a 3-0 finish, Smith Station, Opelika. So I'm such a hypocrite.
So what's your point?
I don't have one.
Okay.
This is the point in the program where I stay silent.
Is that because you went to Shaw?
Exactly.
And they won. They did. And Hardaway played a decent game too. I don't want to.
I'm sure. Yeah.
I'm not gonna throw
their defense has played well.
It's St. Bassie and Columbus though. Well, let's talk about them.
Yeah, what haven't we said about a St. Bassie and Columbus yet this year? I mean,
the only thing I said about a St. Bassie is I'm waiting for a more high-profile college team to offer him.
Then Wake Forest.
For him to reconsider.
Throwing shade at Wake Forest, there's enough shade to go around for everybody right now.
We are equal opportunity shade throwers.
Let me put it this way. If you had a scholarship offer from Florida State and one from Wake Forest, one kind of weighs higher than the other in terms of football prowess. You agree?
It's got a point.
Just throwing shade.
I mean, would you go to Troy for basketball or UNC for basketball?
I would go.
And I'm not saying it's that extent.
Fit in best.
And I'm sure he does, and I'm sure he loves Wake Forest. And maybe that's all of us just talking. But I have heard that some Georgia Tech scouts were checking him out.
I'm sure. When you're having a season as good as the one that St. Bassie's having right now.
I mean, let's be honest. St. Bassie he's putting himself up there in the upper echelon of athletes in our viewing area, because I think we all generally regard Lorenzo Smothers being the top running back in our area. Shut him down again when they played Marion County.
Yeah,
he's been phenomenal on special teams. He's taken over games on offense. I mean, I don't know. And then on top of that, he's been playing good in the secondary. I don't know what more you can ask from the guy.
And he's a good Twitter follow.
He is. He's a great Twitter follow. I had him on my radar at the end of last year. At the end of every football season, I put together a list of about 5 recruits who are the guys I'm watching for the next season. And he was my number 3 guy in this area because, for the lack of offers, he had just incredible athleticism.
Yeah.
And I think it's really starting to show this year. You can put him on an island. It's Bassie Island out there, and you can't throw his way. He did that against Lorenzo Smothers when they played Marion County, and they did a great job again, against LaGrange last week. Which, I mean, talk about a big win coming off of a loss against Carver.
LaGrange is a good team.
LaGrange is a very good team.
That puts Columbus right there around the number 2 spot in the region, and who would have thought that? We're talking, this team has not won this many games since, I believe, 2005.
Yeah.
They haven't, you have to go way back to, I think, like 96 for their last playoff appearance. I mean, this is a team that's just.
Mr. Statsky, I want you to work on this for next week. Last time Columbus hosted a home playoff game, because at the rate we're going, there's going to be a home playoff game for Columbus on November 14th at Connect Stadium.
Yeah. A couple of notes for Columbus.
Hot notes?
Hot notes.
Oh, no. Here we go.
Notes.
Man, just say the notes.
According to Coach Phil Marino, running back Ty Lucas, who missed last week, will be back.
And that's another integral piece of that offense.
One of like 18 running backs they have.
Exactly.
Yeah. Offensive, defensive lineman, unfortunate news, Ty Uzel out for the year. He dislocated his knee, ACL, MCL, PCL,
everything.
All torn. So they're obviously very disheartened about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Get well soon, man. That's
so
tough.
He's going to be going in for surgery, and that's going to be a big loss for Columbus. But they'll deal with it the same way they've dealt with everything else that has come their way this year, and that is plug away and keep improving. They've done a great job.
I will say this about Asang Bassi. I do believe in Bassi Island as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they've played a quarterback that is as fearless as Knight at Shaw.
That is a good point.
That's not always a good thing. He's always willing to give it a shot. And, he's got the potential to be the most prolific passer that Columbus has played other than Jawan Pass. Mm-hmm. Got potential to be there.
Agreed.
Because they will take the shots down the field. He can extend a play in the pocket. And Shaw can score points. Just not consistently.
I'll say this about Shaw too. They have two wide receivers, Cam Paulding and Rodney Clark.
That's what I was saying.
And you got to include Nick Beeson as far as just an overall athlete as well. That they have weapons to use, and it's not going to be Columbus. It's going to have to be more than just Bassi on defense to slow those guys down. But
because
Columbus been up the task
like I said, Bassi's a great athlete. Cam Paulding's taller than all three of us on this set.
Yeah.
Combined?
No, I just said taller than all three of us on this set.
I don't think that takes much. I mean,
I'm 6'3".
Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, never mind. I'm 5'11".
Shh. Yeah, you're the shortest person on the set. Anyway. Friday night tailgate game of the week.
It's going to be fun. Columbus is going to bring a good atmosphere there. I think the game being at Connect, obviously, that's of the Muskogee County schools. That's the home game for Shaw. So I think that's going to be fun to bring the Columbus student section over for that game.
I don't know what they call that Columbus student section.
It's one of the best in the area.
I have not seen. That's one of the better student sections in our area, bar none.
Smith Station does a great job. Central does a great job.
Opelika as well.
Marion County does a great job.
And Marion County,
of course, they're just the entire city.
Exactly.
Just like
that's the entire city of Buena Vista.
Yeah. And the county. I mean, people come from everywhere.
Yeah.
So, but that's going to be an incredible atmosphere at Connect Stadium Friday night. And we'll be there. First edition and evening edition, 5 and 6 o'clock. Meteorologist Carmen Rose will be live from the tailgate. Bob, why are you looking at me? Oh, no.
Bob turned around when we talk about weather.
As soon as I said it, he turned around, so like, here comes Bob.
This reminds me of an old Chicago song.
Yeah?
If you leave me,
now he's singing.
You take away the biggest part of me.
Oh, this is nice.
Yeah, this is nice. A serenade.
Please don't go.
How's the weather going to be
good. The weather, we have a front coming in. It's going to be cloudy and overcast.
Just hold off till 11. That's
we'll
all we
hold
need.
it off till 11.
Okay, I'm good with that.
I'm good with that.
All right, cool.
I'm going to say, if you bring rain, we're going to have problems.
If it doesn't, Carmen's to blame, so I won't be here.
Okay, I'll take that.
So tell us about our special guest.
Yes.
I thought it was me, but
It's not you, Mitchell. You're on here every
special,
week.
though.
I thought I'm always the special guest.
No, you're a part of the team. And speaking of part of the team, we would like to welcome the newest addition to the 3 on Your Side sports team, Natalie Peluchette. You can come on up.
I will let you have my chair,
Yes.
Natalie. The sports chair.
So are we gonna be graced with your presence on the show in the future?
I think we'd bring up the looks department a little bit if we did.
Ooh, she can throw shade too.
All right, I'll see y'all.
And she was looking right at me. I want to point that out. She was looking right at me when she said that, and I could kind of see like we'd bring up the looks department a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get you mic'd up here. Let's get you mic'd up here right quick. Dane is taking off his mic and he is retired to the Weather Center.
He's done. Okay.
Okay.
I think it's on. Are we good?
Yeah, it should still be on.
Okay.
Unless Dane turned it off like a fool. Stop throwing stuff.
So, hey, this isn't the Dane show, right? This isn't Dane's world right now.
This is
okay?
not Dane's world.
We're learning about.
So Natalie, tell us about where you're from and
You can do a little dance.
no.
Little dance.
Can you guess where I'm from?
I already
Where do
know.
You know where. You don't know
I
where I'm
heard.
from.
Well, I heard you told me earlier, right?
No.
Are you from Florida?
Oh, that's right. We did talk about that. You did throw shade at me
I
earlier.
did,
I'm
yeah,
just paying you
yeah.
back. That's all. I'm from Miami. I'm from the South, but not really the South, where we don't have accents. But yep, I'm
There's a
from
mini
Florida.
shade.
Just a little bit. No, I like the Southern accent. I just don't have one. I went to UCF. They're really bad this year. It's pretty pathetic.
But you
so-
still do have claim to
But we
fame
d-
Blake Bortles.
But we do have Blake
Yeah, for
Bortles,
sure.
and he's doing good over in Jacksonville. And yeah, I'm excited to be here. I'll be anchoring the Saturday and Sunday show, and I'll be here throughout the week. So I'll be at the Friday night tailgate.
Excellent.
All right.
Yeah.
So Dane is over here just chilling behind the camera. So I guess we'll go ahead and
Got
wrap
the
it.
promotion. He's now the cameraman.
Yeah, I think that's I don't know. We'll go ahead and wrap this bad boy up. Remember to follow us on Twitter at @JPattersonTV, at @LEPrepSports. Dan Young, oh gosh. Dan Young is at Dan Young. Natalie, you got a Twitter?
I do. It's at Nat Peluchette. He'll put that little thing super
I'll
at the bottom.
spell it out. I'll spell it out on
It
the
is
super.
a tongue twister.
Great.
Yes, I'll put another super up there. Follow her on
We
Twitter.
try to make
show
Jack do a whole bunch of stuff. And
Show me some love.
Show
I'll
her
be
some
posting.
love. And follow the WRBL Sports Twitter account at WRBL Sports. We post scores and more, always. And join us on the Prep Zone, 11:15, 10:15 Central, scores and highlights from around the Chattahoochee Valley. David, I swear if you throw this at me,
You
we're
could be
gonna
an
go at it.
auctioneer. That's pretty fast. You know, one of those auctioneer things.
Yeah, because I think we're way over time at this point. And just to save myself from doing a ridiculous amount of editing at this point, I'm trying to sign off as quick as I can. So enjoy the games, and we'll see you next week for Week 8 of the Prep Zone Football Preview. Good night, Canada.